Welcome back to Neo. Alright, so out to look for Suzukichi.
Where in the world is Suzukichi? Does he have a last name? I forgot. Okay, Suzukichi might be the
his actual name is I forgot Kaishi something. I forgot what was the problem. They told us when we first introduced ourselves.
So we're playing GeoGuessr with him.
Have you ever seen the Suzukichi meme anywhere, Shiroi? To recognize it. Basically, Shiroi, if you look up Suzukichi, there's this meme where people take that face that he makes on that selfie and plaster in some actual photograph of a real location. Like, I found Suzukichi is somewhere in here or something like that. So
usually the memes reaches the absurdity point by having him in a place where physically should not be possible to be, like say Lethal Lava Land in Super Mario 64.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, we saw that a lot whenever a character was shown to have selfie stuff in the game. But yeah, I mentioned in the last part that sounds like that could have been a great way to advertise the game. I mentioned this because I actually saw that meme myself too, and I legit thought, okay, some of them were obvious just fan edits, but some of them did seem like they could have been legit advertising.
That's the thing, Jova. It's not the first time it happened for Square Enix.
I'm sorry, Jova. That's a joke if I've ever heard one. Square Enix advertising Twelly.
That's the thing, Jova.
Use your imagination.
It's not the first time where something like this happened, but in the other case, the dev team, for a Square Enix game, did actually use the meme as an event to advertise. People might not remember it, but that's kind of what happened with one of the trailers for Final Fantasy 15, which had a particular scene, which is not in the final game, of Prompto and Galactus and the others in the car, passing by an event that they're seeing. And that one was cropped out of context and put into something else, like say Luigi's Death Stare from Mario Kart 8.
Oh, my personal favorite is the one where Sephiroth is skipping next to the car.
My point being, this is nothing new for the company, so not trying to capitalize on that might have been just a mistake.
No, that's the thing. Like, well, of course, the developers use the Suzukichi meme to help the game, like Square Enix wouldn't. We're just saving our strength for the main event too.
That's so supposed to like that. We're going to eat it. I don't give a shit.
I wonder, what happens if we beat the Ruinbringers, but then the other teams gang up on us, and then once we're the top dog, does that mean that we can be toppled?
Yes, Joe, it's like that episode of Batman the Animated Series about who killed the Batman, If you beat the guy who beat the one on top, suddenly you're the one on top.
Anyway, time for a side quest.
Oh, with a generic Reaper.
You feeling lucky? Punk?
Okay, Clint Eastwood.
Not sure why else you'd come here to take on my nasty noise.
Is that what you call your penis?
Is this part of the mission or something?
Totally, yeah.
Nope, this is on a whole nother level. You're in the presence of the Noise Master.
But Noise Master? Contain my excitement!
Or at least that's what everyone will call me someday.
Sure.
Oh, you're one of those entrepreneur folk, aren't you?
Meaning you're just a regular old Reaper for now.
You've been demoted. We're kind of in a hurry today. Pretty busy trying to take down the Ruinbringers.
Don't worry, with how side quests work, it'll be like you were always on your way.
Perfect. Why not test your might against my nefarious noise first, then? I'll give you a prize if you win.
Well, I guess at least he's not asking us to come into his van.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm all in.
Alright, I guess we've got time. We've got better things to do.
Meanwhile, show is face palming in the background.
As usual.
Then say hello to my little friends.
First Clint Eastwood, now Al Pacino?
Yeah.
Is this guy a movie buff?
Possibly.
I think we've got this.
Alright. This gives me an opportunity to also talk about like the Suzukichi meme now that it's up. I can talk about this. Is another thing, by the way. One excellent example thing that I love about this game in particular is the way it's written, especially with the humor. And even the story, but I can't go into the story aspects of it just yet. Is how this is a true modern current RPG, and by that what I mean is that the humor is based on things that we are incredibly relevant to today's teenagers, like again memes, social media, all that kind of stuff. So these, and it's well written humor that doesn't feel like it's pandering, that feels natural with the setting and the characters. So the stories were true. So where's our prize?
You say anything about a prize?
Actually, he did. Actually, he did. Damn it! I was hoping you'd forget about that.
I was just pretending to be that guy saying, yeah.
Damn it! I was damn it! I was hoping you'd forget it like Dwebs here did. I need to go train so I can be big and strong, just like Kubo.
No, I didn't forget.
Oh, Kubo and the boy with two strings. I didn't know you were a fan.
I didn't forget. I was just being a dick. Also, being big and strong doesn't sound like the Kubo I know.
More like sleazy and middle-aged. Not exactly role model material.
Damn,
being
no
middle-aged.
mercy.
I mean, let's face it, he's not wrong. Kubo just screams sleazy. Let's face it.
I'll keep that in mind.
Your social network has been updated. This one Reaper.
Wow. He feels so great, I'm sure, about being included.
Indeed, but yeah, like I was saying, again, this is exactly what Matt Further was saying when he was explaining that this game is not meant to be timeless; it's meant to be current. The humor, the characters, everything about the tone and the style of the game. Again, I'll give them back to the Japanese script, having Uzuki use memes and emojis in her speech. These games are meant to be current, topical, and meant to appeal to the way teenagers actually, talk and do things. So, and it does it excellently. Again, it's kind of like Futaba in Persona 5. I know, I'm where she also does that kind of stuff, right?
Not as aggressively as here.
Well, I guess you can say that, right? But that being said, like, the truth of the matter is that this is perfectly in tune with what teenagers, the current teenager experience. Whether you like it or not, this is how teenagers talk. And
even in Japan, if you actually look at some stuff over there, yeah, they speak not only in their own form of internet speak, but even English mannerisms in that regard.
Like I said, that's what Japanese Uzuki did. It's just that
cultural diffusion, one could say.
Yeah, like I said, that's what Uzuki did in the Japanese script of these games. But since the original game's localization removed that, and Matt further decided to keep it consistent and also remove it here.
Again, it just makes me wonder why they didn't took the occasion for the Switch release of the original game and retranslated it at that point. It's a fresh start for a new audience anyway, so might as well.
I get the feeling too he wanted to keep the original script as it was for the sake of the returning fans who probably would complain if the script was changed.
I mean, if people were going to complain anyway, might as well.
I guess.
Honestly, the original script seemed fine
enough. I was talking, for example, with what Pedro just said, Uzuki being more accurate to how she was in the Japanese one.
Mm-hmm. Well, you. Sorry. Go ahead, Jova. Go ahead. Sorry.
It's a change, but one I feel works enough for the localization since again, certain things that they needed to portray over there wouldn't resonate the same as across the pond.
I get the feeling.
And to be fair, I've seen this happen in the other way too, where something that was originally in an American or English script does get changed to fit the mannerisms of a different country
obviously.
As well to portray it.
That wasn't really my point. My point was, if that really was the intent of the original script, and it's something that resonates more today, especially with translation of the sequel, that's even a better occasion to have the level of consistency, which also resonates with the sequel.
The only fear that I can give you to is that Koji Fox, when he translated the original game, he probably thought, like you said, he probably thought people would not like it if they kept it as it was.
Oh, and okay, no, that I get it, Pedro. No, I was talking about taking advantage of the Switch release, the new one. Right. And again, I had to guess maybe the Square Enix did not allow that much of a budget to potentially do that.
I doubt it, because all they would have to do to change the translation would be to change text, because there's no voice acting to re-record or anything like that. So it would just be a matter of just changing the text, which would be something very quick and easy to do that would require no budget whatsoever. So
to my understanding, sometimes there is some budget that goes into that sort of stuff.
Well, yeah, obviously, but not something that I'm pretty confident if they wanted to change the original game's translation, they would have been able to. Especially because especially because the Switch release was the first time the game was officially localized in multi-5. Because before it was only in English, I think Spanish, and
no, I think it was French. Usually, like I said, Pedro, it's usually French and German the one that have the top priorities.
Right.
My personal take is of two stances. Like, on the one hand, yeah, it was probably possible. On the other hand, it is possible that somehow translating or retexting would have been outside whatever budget Square gave for that remake, essentially. Like, granted, we unfortunately don't have, like, the inner banknotes or, charts or statistics on what they could have gotten away with or not. That said, my personal take is that both translations are just fine, and I feel like they are consistent enough that they didn't really need to change the originals even to make it this or that here, so...
My guess is... Go on.
I'm fine with how things turned out.
My guess is okay, remember, that was a Final Remix released in 2018. That was 10 years after the original game. My guess is Matt Furter probably... Like, on the let's pretend for a moment that Matt Furter could potentially change Uzuki back to how Kondo intended, right? My guess is he thought, by this point we have 10 years worth of fans, Western fans being used to Koji Fox's Uzuki, so he thought, maybe I'll just leave it enough alone, just so I don't risk pissing people off. That's probably what he thought. As for this game, again, he probably wanted to keep things consistent to how the Western fans want.
Oh no, by this I get it. What exactly you just said. To me, it was the case of again, since it was just a fresh start, you might as well polish things.
I guess.
Well, it's like to say if Final Fantasy VII got an actual re-release today, it is in the original game. You might as well give it an actual polish to the translation. I don't mean not necessarily changing terms or stuff like Aries, but hold on.
Go ahead,
This guy, do you think the noise got to him?
We can always activate our galaxy brains and find out.
Yes, get out your Samsungs.
Yeah, no. Let's see what's up.
Time to investigate the crime scene.
Not with these Galaxy phones. I'll probably get hacked in like a minute.
How could a clean freak like her go and get a gross, grimy boyfriend like him?
Oh my god, you're one of those people.
Believe it or not.
Do we have a cuck arc?
Do we have a cuck arc? Yes, we do. I can't believe this is everything I've done for her since the pre-debut days.
Oh my god.
We don't. What we have here is a parasocial relationship.
Not just that, Shira, it's the... Sorry, go on.
Okay, who kept letting Paul Heyman into the script writing?
Yeesh, he's really heated over this, isn't he?
This is a guy that got friend zones and believes it's their fault.
Let's get him to let's get him to cool up before he does something stupid.
Maggie, it's up to you.
This is a guy who uses nice guy Reddit.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh god.
The hurt of being betrayed by one's beloved runs deep. Shame this guy's a loser.
That's the thing, Shirai, believe it or not, this is the beginning of a side quest subplot, because we're actually going to meet the idol that he's talking about later.
Oh god, are we going to actually help those two crazy kids?
No. We're about to don't worry, Shirai, we're about to bring him to his senses right now. So that's kind of the whole point of this quest anyway. Go ahead.
I cannot sit idly by as he suffered such immense pain.
Remember,
he should be in more pain.
Remember, that's the thing, Shirai. Unlike you, Nagi relates to his pain. So
yeah, because she would end up in a parasocial relationship. That's a thing.
So she's a girl failure?
They're the best.
No. Girl failures are at least a little more innocent than that.
On your order, Lord Rindo.
Go get him, boss.
Are you saying she's a femcel?
Is your name Rindo?
Ready whenever you are, Nagi.
Oh, come on. I was trying to just encourage you, boss.
Did you hear something?
Is there going to be some secret
Must
twist?
have been the wind.
Okay. Is there going to be a twist in which, unbeknownst to unbeknownst to Fred, because he might have forgotten, he accidentally did something really mean to Nagi when they were younger, and she's been bitten ever since.
My beloved is dating that slimy playboy Kashiki. She calls herself a clean freak, but then ignores the purest love of all. Mine!
Dude, that kind of thing would probably make a clean freak
And
for the hills.
And here's the other thing about Neo. The sense of humor from the original game is still here and updated to fit modern sensibilities. But,
In fact, honestly, I feel like keeping around the original script actually works in a meta sense, since, let's be honest, for a lot of the people who bought the remake were people who played the original. So, having the original brought back, in a sense, also made it so that the sequel can give the idea that, oh my god, so much has changed over this time.
Well, I was not talking about the humor, Jova, but more like the speech, pattern that was used.
like, Terra's problem...
Yes. I'm talking about that and the script as a whole, essentially. Like, I feel like, in a sense, it does mirror the fact that time has passed between the release of the original and the release of the sequel, so much so that those of us from the original, more familiar with it, will feel, oh my god, this much stuff has changed, or, oh, so this is how the youths are speaking nowadays, essentially. It's just my take on it, anyway.
Yeah, like, remember, the main target audience of these games are teenagers, and that's why Kondo is adamant about having, as the Japanese people call it, trendy speech is what they call it over there. Apparently, from what I've heard, trendy. They use the word trendy, apparently. Apparently, Uzuki is considered a trendy girl. That's what they call it.
Trendy is a word we use over here, too, but I can get why it's used more in Japan.
So, the teenagers are the main target audience. So, having the characters talk in a way like teenagers do is kind of important. Again, these games are meant to speak to the current teens, not us.
Also, I don't know about you guys, but I can't wait to shop at Family Store or Store.
Can we get beer? Like in Steel.
We can get beer at the beer
hold
bar.
on. Here it is, Shuri. I'm done wasting my time on her. I'll just find a new idol to adore. So many to choose from, so little time.
Okay, I don't...
I'll go on, Shuri.
I don't know where the line actually comes from, but all I have to say is, get a job, stay away from her.
I was hoping he was going to choose the Sigma male audience and say, they're all beneath me and I'm just going to be on my own.
He sure moved on quick.
Yeah, because we got rid of that noise.
And
The
then
parasocial relationship having to incel pipeline.
May his next love come swiftly and leave his heart fulfilled.
The ultimate victory!
Nagi is taking so many L's, like...
You mean, you mean in your book, or just in general?
In general, like, she likes Sho and also this.
Well, Shiro, we've gone through this. She doesn't like Sho, she likes Lord Tomonami, and Sho just happens to look like him. We've gone through this.
But don't worry. She will make Sho into the perfect Lord Tomonami if it's the last thing that she does.
See, this is why she sympathizes with that guy. Parasocial relationships.
But don't you see? She can fix him, guys. She can fix the
cannot fix him.
She can solve the math problem. That
just
is
saying,
math
is an exact science. There's nothing to fix. Just saying.
Yeah, that too. But all right. With that, we got both side quests done.
Hello.
Okay.
Back to simple and clean.
Oh, hey, a rhyme set.
Again, you can get all of them eventually, Jove. It's just a matter of time. But yeah, no. But again, it can be very difficult to make a game like this taking place in current time and do it in a way that feels natural to a teenager audience, with all the memes, all the internet speak, and do it in a way that feels natural and appropriate to the setting and the characters. Right, and I actually do think that Matt Ferd and his team did a great job making these characters feel like current teenagers, actually.
It's one of those games that should feel dated, but manages to feel timeless thanks to the characters.
Not just that, like, remember, the whole point of these, again, the original game is a 2000s time capsule, so even though we like it, it's technically dated. It's still good, it works. Again, it's kind of like Goofy Movie. Goofy Movie is a 90s time capsule, but we still love it. It's dated, but it's dated in a good way.
That is true. Like that is a good point. When any bout of media reaches the status of time capsule, then it's a-okay that it's dated.
Yeah, this again. The original Twerry is dated technically, but it's still but it's dated in all the best ways. I mean, it's a really fun and engaging and enjoyable 2000s time capsule. And this game, I fully believe, 10, 20 years from now, will also become a great time capsule for the late 2010s, early 2020s.
Yeah, I can see that. It definitely has a lot of what made the original game good, but having its own special spin on stuff too.
Exactly. 5 reductions. Count them.
Oh, show, it's a map problem.
That the mission?
Tag in.
Quick on the uptake, kid. Yep, we're in a 5 reduction Shane battle in this area. Count them. 5. 5 reductions. Ha, ha, ha. The Deep River Society cleared my challenge just now.
Oh, shoot, they're after the Ruinbringers too.
Yep.
Looks like they're after the Ruinbringers too.
Remember, this is the last day, so they must be desperate at this point.
Your conscience did, Rindu. Your conscience. Don't worry, I know what I'm talking about here.
Sure. Which means we better hurry.
And since this is not Kingdom Hearts, it can't be Jiminy Cricket.
You know, that would be interesting, honestly, if even if you're in last place, beating the Ruinbringers just takes you all the way to first place at the end of the game. It's like...
We'll see. Okay. There you go. We're in a 5 reduction battle right here. Alright, so let's see.
Alright, let's look for some noise.
Alright, here we are.
1, 2, 3, 4,
and 5. There we are.
But you're no match for me. More trash.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's because, again, like I said, this was the fact that the Susukichi joke from this day caught on and became a meme, I think proves it that this is resonating in all the right ways.
The type of meme that was formed was something that was very popular years before. It's just an exploitable form that manages to endure over time.
Oh, that is true, Tail, but it does show that the people who wrote this game understand why these things catch on. That's
a good point.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I guess it's the latest in a long line of games that have characters that can take selfies.
Mm-hmm. Again, they make it's not even just the Susukichi selfie joke, it's also the way he writes on his phone, which is hilarious and perfectly representative of people who actually write like that. You know?
So,
that's why that's why the game still manages to feel relatable despite its currentism. Go ahead.
So, assuming a future Kingdom Hearts game comes back to Shibuya, do you think the next encounter will be based on the sequel?
Well, Jova, if you saw the secret ending of Kingdom Hearts 3, I mean, you should know where Sora is right now.
Well, Pedro, that's the thing. The devs have kept trying desperately to say it's not the case.
Well,
who knows if they're lying or not? That's the problem.
Well, Tail, here's the thing. Nomura also keeps telling us that Yozora is not his Noctis, even though it clearly is.
Yeah, right.
So, I mean, I'm just...
Well, I will add to something to say, at the end of the game, but we're not there yet about that.
He does have a point, though. Like, well, they are seesawing, and again, it is a bit hard to tell.
My point is, the Kingdom team has a reputation of not being very, honest with its audience.
Oh, sure. No, Nomura has said at various times that the reason he does that is because he wants to keep his fans guessing.
Oh, I get it, but it can be very frustrating.
Yeah, okay, like, I will say this, and I'll admit, part of this I feel is a bit of the fault of how, in modern times, it's a lot easier to catch on to details, whereas back in the older days, I think it was a lot easier for, the companies to hide secrets regarding their upcoming stuff instead of having to play, like, 4D chess twisteroo with their words, but... For disclaimer's sake, I'll say, assuming that they are being honest about where Sora ends up in Kingdom Hearts 3, let's say that, again, let's say they go to, Shibuya again. Do you think it'll be for the original or the sequel?
Probably Neo. Not to mention, remember Jova, the woman writing this game script, Akiko Ishibashi, she's writing Kingdom Hearts 4. So...
That's true.
Personally, I would prefer the franchise Remember, where it's supposed to include Final Fantasy character first, but by admission of developers, it doesn't seem a priority anymore, so...
But Tio, they brought him back in Remind. That's totally cool, right?
I could feel the... hold on.
Oh, and through.
I could feel the depression in Doug Arrow's performance as Squall.
And savor the final day while it lasts, kids.
Well, you heard it from him right there, guys. It's absolutely the final day. It's been a fun game, but it's time to bring this to a close.
Yeah. Again, the thing... Hold on.
Go ahead, Shirai, please.
I recall this scenery from Suzukichi's little ill-focused photo.
Ill-focused, that's what we're calling it, right?
He tried.
He's very polite.
He tried.
Oh, there you go, see, Shira? There's a W then. For her.
Well, I mean,
It could be just, a backhanded compliment.
Go ahead, Shirai, please.
It would seem this is the spot.
But where's the man?
Well, then let's get searching.
I mean, he's...
Can't be that hard to find.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Unless he
Good job,
disguise himself.
Good job, Teo. Just like Hino, Akiko Ishibashi also understands you completely.
I will say this: Rindo is resonating much more as a protagonist just by mere facts. Aside from this kind of quick thinking. Again, the fact that he
Go ahead, Shirai.
It was right here!
When he's presented with a problem, instead of just, slopping around or asking Fred to resolve it for him, well, sometimes it happens, but most of the time he tries to, get information first. Again, it shows a spirit of curiosity and knowledge.
But Lord Rindo, this is the spot.
And,
Okay.
I can respect that.
Oh, sure.
All right, Scooby-Doo, how did you sniff him out?
Trust me, Teo. We haven't even begun to see the best that Rindo's character has to offer in this game. Alright,
I will say, it is a nice change of pace to not start off with the protagonist being just a gloomy guest who doesn't need friends.
Well, Jova, that would have been that would have been redundant. The first game already did that.
Well, not just that, but a lot of Square projects did that.
True, but we don't have even never, the polar opposite.
Yeah.
That too, yeah.
He didn't leave, did he? Jira, please.
Allow me to draw your attention to a more pressing matter.
The sky is purple.
The sky is pink.
It's because of
Magenta, I guess.
It's because they're scanning. Remember, when we scan, the colors change.
That's another thing. Again, this is only the end of week 1, but we're nowhere near close to the buildings are being erased and that other mysterious girl.
Don't worry, Teo. We'll get there.
Obviously.
Our presence has provoked the noise.
Of course it has.
Stone Cold Steve Austin now.
What?
What?
Okay, Stone Cold Steve Austin is the leader of the Ruinbringers. Oh my god, that symbol.
And they draw ever closer.
I mean, it's a scorpion noise, Jova. We're seeing.
I know. I think what Jova means is that the imagery of that design looks very phallic. But
yes, must be Egyptian.
Hold on, I didn't actually get around to answering Dwebs' question. Dwebs, I could answer you what's exactly is Nagi's problem with Fret, but if I did, I would spoil basically her entire thing of the game. So let's just all I can do is repeat what I've told you before. Trust me, the writers are going somewhere with this.
I'm sure it was a tragedy that occurred during her birthday on Christmas, right before her
It's
parents'
not-
anniversary.
I can tell. I can tell you
Turns out
this.
he actually has an embarrassing snapshot of her at a Christmas party or something like in SpongeBob.
I can tell you that it has. I can tell you that it has nothing to do with a tragic backstory and that Fred knew her before this or anything like that. It's a bit more grounded than that. Looks like Susie K left a little present for us.
Did you want to call him Sussy K?
No.
I could have done without it.
So what a shock! It was a trap.
What a surprise.
Dude's got to mix it up eventually.
Hey, go ahead.
Oh, hold up, I just got something.
I was about to say to pass me. Hey, idiot, press X if you don't mind.
It's him.
It is, in fact.
Oh, here we go.
This guy sure loves his soul.
To be fair,
Well, I
at
guess-
the very least, he's on focus this time.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Hold on. His framing is almost as bad as his typing.
No, don't you see, Fred? It's part of a technique. You know, the focal point is the end of the road. Everything converges.
Don't you see, Fred? This is experimental framing.
No,
He's
no,
experimenting and trying something new, and you have to talk him for that.
Wait,
No.
what?
You're missing
I
the
thought there's somewhere
clues here.
else.
It's obviously part of a clue. By him being out of center, that is to show that he's actually not going to be there. He is actually
Hold on.
heading in a different way here.
Let me see. Where's this?
The amusement car game.
Go ahead, Shirei.
The scenery feels familiar, but my recollections are vague at best.
What, you've never been to amusement park game? It's the best place other than family store.
Those both sound terrible.
But you're right. It's all about family.
Fred, can you give us a reminder?
All right.
Use your powers on us.
I remember, but all right. Come on, y'all. Think.
No.
Don't think you have a choice.
I still can't remember.
Skill
Guess
issue.
you can't use your power on other
It's okay.
players in that regard. I
Seriously?
guess.
What gives? It's okay, Ren, though. I know this. Go ahead.
You did have a clear picture in mind.
Don't think of a
Right.
Stay Puft Marshmallow. Don't think of a Stay Puft Marshmallow.
Oh,
God.
my bad. My brain was still focused on that selfie.
That was all part
was
of his
pretty bad.
plan.
Well, guess we'll just have to find it the hard way.
You see, guys?
Ask
That's
one of the
why.
Reaper around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, Tio's got a point. There's no rule against asking.
No, it's-
And if you think, they might be suspicious, see Suzukichi cover. Use your thumb while holding the phone to cover his face. It's only a minuscule part of the photo anyway.
All right. Okay, everybody. So, will Suzukichi ever get his selfies straight? Tune in next time to find out.
I'm gonna say
Alright
no.
then.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
See ya.